Hello everyone and welcome back to All Indie. Today we are playing some Monsters in Sight, or A Monsters in Sight. I wanted to start the game over because I wanted you to experience the beginning like I did. So, have you no shame? Look at yourself, it's so filthy. People who see you will be so disgusted because it would bring them so much pain. Monsters in Sight. So I found this game on Reddit, trolling around on Reddit, like I do. I reached out to the developer and said, "Hey, I would love to talk to you if you've got time." And so yeah, this game right now is currently on itch.io. I'm assuming that some of the devs that I've been talking to know what that is. I have no idea what that is, so if you're interested or curious, click on the interview. I will be posting an interview with this video. And so, yeah, I'm just going to play probably about 15-20 minutes. This is described. Adjustments here are not permanent. Okay. Changes can be made in the preferences menu later on. Okay. If you want to access more accessibility features, i.e. dyslexic font, self-voicing, press the X on your keyboard. Ooh, select a template mode. This was, so anyway, a little bit of details about this game. This was described as a, I believe, a debating visual novel, and the words gaslight and eldritch horror, I believe, were used. So this is sort of like a, I don't want to say it's like a text adventure, but that's probably close and accurate. So the whole point of this game, you play as a eldritch horror, a monster called the Silver Tongue. Enables insight timer during puzzles. Emotion hints are enabled and insight timer is disabled. I kind of want to do default mode. I feel like default mode is always the one that is intended. Anyway, so you play as a monster, and you are trying to convince these three other monsters to take over the world with you or to end the universe as we know it. Default mode. You've selected the default mode. And apparently there's about 3-4-ish different ways that you can do that. You can bargain, like persuade them to do so. You can threaten, blackmail. But these creatures can also, like, kill you, potentially harm you. So, I don't know. I was really curious when I saw it. It also looks really interesting. I thought the art style looked really interesting, and I'm also kind of a fan of H.P. Lovecraft and his stories, so this was kind of right up my alley in sort of the sci-fi horror, so I'm all about it. In this mode, you won't be able to see interlocutor states. Interlocutor? But you'll get test labels. Interesting. Play in default mode. Do you want to play in default mode? Sure. Let's play in default mode. Excellent. Let's begin. Ooh, Chapter 1. A Call from the Land of the Lost. Hopefully you guys can hear the music. This music apparently is, was created, I don't know how to, produced. That's the word I'm looking for. There is, a playlist for this game. So I want to do the video and the creator some justice by actually showing, and hopefully you guys can hear the music over me. Yeah, for a moment you don't remember where you are, or how you got here. You feel lost, unsure of where you're going, and almost unsure of who you are. You'd like to think that you are past your weaknesses, your defects, your insecurities. In a daze of confusion, sometimes being lost can make one's soul feel as if it lost itself. Then you see it. Myself, my soul. A moment of clarity washes over you, and you find yourself in the chasm. Ooh, new word, chasm. Sir, please. Keep your comments until after the video, okay? Leave your comments in the section where they belong. Oh, I don't like how that... Oh, that's not showing up very well on the video. Oh, no. Oh, well, that's actually super interesting. Okay. Across the endless Malduvian River, a gargantuan beast can be seen engaging in a battle. His opponent appears to be a hooked-back Chargoth. The more hooked the back embraces, the stronger they come, as they say. Sir, you're groaning. Hang on a second. Okay, I was a little afraid that groaning would be a little too loud. As for the beast, he had no discernible features rather than it spewing a toxic pink substance when it roared. Fairly standard large ears, a trunk face, lilac claws, and a fur made of plasma. I can guess it's a beast of the burning star. I know this from observation and using logic. So it's hard to tell. The screen is actually shifting a little bit. It doesn't look like it's picking up very well in the recording, which is interesting, but I'll do my best. In a matter of moments, the winner was decided. With a mission, the Chargoth carries the plasma on the second hooked back and flies away, leaving the meat of the beast behind. I wonder if it's safe to eat. Interesting. Just as I take my first step into the door, I hear a shriek across the room. Interesting. I love this hand-drawn art style. Kichi! Aw, Kichi the Parasite! Silver-tongued, you have kept me waiting long enough. Oh, you're evil. I don't know why that voice popped into my head when I'm reading your dialogue, but it is. Greetings, Kichi. I imagine you, the Silver Tongue, would have a soft, smooth, this is K95, KOMD jazz radio voice. I've been waiting for hours. Alright. How was your day? Don't use your semantics on me. Oh, thank you, Kichi. My day has been spectacular. I had to withstand walking to and fro, watching catfights, and pick up after the leftovers. Because that's going to be our only source of nourishment. I could help. Of course you could. Yeah, I bring home food, now all of a sudden you're docile. Sure, man. Oh, if you let me out. Yeah, okay, buddy. Not a chance. This is Kichi, a parasite that once attached itself to me. Since I have insight, it was fairly easy to find it and dispose of it from my mind. But then Kichi started panicking and begged for its life. It promised it won't reattach to me unless I find it food and let it live here. I said I would agree to those terms. It believed me because I seemed charming and agreeable. I think we're going for charming and agreeable. Oh man, sorry, that music just picked up. I'm hoping it's not too loud. Anyway, I think we're going for charming and agreeable. What is that? Unsure. Looked like a beast of the burning star, but it would egest? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But it would egest this pink liquid. Perhaps they're evolving as a species. Perhaps. I grab my tools and start hammering on the flesh. With no physical strength, I couldn't carry all of the meat back to home. Most of these meat sections were covered in plated armor since the Chargoth skinned the plasma fur off the beast. Speaking of evolving, let's talk about your siphon career. I have a good source of clients, if that's what you're asking.
But are you content with where you are?
I already have plans to go bigger.
What do you mean?
My sights are set on a first milestone, a great terror.
What? What?
Don't think I'm capable? I let out a soft laugh and stick out my silver tongue. I don't know. Maybe he makes a snake noise when he sticks out his tongue. Well, today I wasn't just getting us food. I found a key word, all caps, before I found the delectable beast we're going to eat. It was the chasm.
Don't tell me. This is... You're going to siphon off of Fernway? Fernway?
Who other than the one of the lost? Smiling, I started sizzling the meat on the hearth, whilst beating it with my hammer. Of course, because that's how you make delicious meats. The odor smells delicious like rusted wood and bromine. I hear a light spark sound, meaning the fire has melted the last chink in the armor. After letting all the oozing metal collapse and clear off any remaining silicon left on the meat. After letting all the oozing metal collapse and clear off any remaining silicon left on the meat, I pull back the hammer and start weaving the meat and carving out the trunks. Ooh, baby. And now the dish was finally ready. Then I squish Kichi's jar and let the meat and its juices flow inside for it to consume. It nibbles on some pieces before turning to face me.
Alright, if you're going to do this, then you might as well get some help. It's always better to do some prep before you meet with any interlocutors.
I'm not sure what this word is. Interlocutors. My brain does not want to... If I'm pronouncing that correctly, let me know. If I'm not, my brain does not know how to pronounce this word. Interlocutors, I guess. Interlocutors? I don't know.
Do you want to do a little bit of a refresher?
A reminder is always nice. Choose if it's your first time playing. I think I'll be just fine if you played this before. Okay, well, it's my first time.
Alright, let's begin. The goal of the dialogue you have with each interlocutor is simple. You want to convince the interlocutor into choosing you as their siphon, whatever that means.
Siphon is a being that needs to feed off the mental energy of others to survive. But it's not just about surviving for me. It's about thriving in this place. The more mental power I accumulate, the greater my power of insight will become, and the longer I will live. Greater terrors, like Fernway of the Lost, will grant me greater mental power.
Why do you need your power of insight anyways?
Funny you should ask, Kichi. The power of insight is what allows me to get a glimpse of the minds of others.
So you can see what's in their minds? And I thought this was going to be difficult.
Seeing their minds isn't so simple as knowing their current thoughts, Kichi. It's like jumping into a pool of all their ideas, memories, experiences, and feelings. It's easy to get lost in their head if you don't know where to go, or what to look for. The power of insight acts as the access point and, if strong enough, can be my guide when inside the mind. Let's start with you as an example,
Wait, what? What? I did not ask for this silver tongue.
I laugh. Too late. Ooh, is that me? The silver tongue? My Wonderkeys. Here's an input you need to do to win. To undo, use the delete key on your keyboard. Start typing in the answer. What? To close this message, press the down arrow key? Oh. What? I love the music. Backspace to exit. Okay. What's in What's in Hackneyed, Voliere, and Keyed? Whatever it is, it's the answer to input. Oh, I? Normally there'd be a timer, but this can be adjusted from the preferences menu. If you can't figure it out, use backspace. Okay. Yeah, is it I? Yay! Congratulations, you found the answer! This is what you'll need to do for most dialogues. Solve puzzles and input words. Ooh, okay, sometimes you'll need to input more than one word in order to win.
Kichi, you look upset. Did you just enter my mind now?
Let me guess. Your head is a bit light and dizzy. You feel as if you blanked out for a second?
Correct. Wait, so that means you intend to use the power of insight during the dialogue?
When else is a better time?
You didn't need to do this for your clients in the past?
Well, my clients are easy to convince. Now we're going up a proper worshipped terror. Okay. All tricks and tactics should be laid on the table.
Yes, I suppose so.
Kichi fidgets and moves around in its jar.
But your power of insight alone isn't enough to convince someone.
You don't say. I thought I could just go up to someone and say, "Greetings, fellow associate. Could you be my source of power from which I will leech on indefinitely?" But no. You need to spin it in a way that can be mutually beneficial.
That is true, I suppose. But no, what you need are the 3 Ps to assist you.
The 3 Ps? Is this like, what is that movie?
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Kichi.
There are 3 things you put into a conversation, or as I like to call them, the 3 Ps.
Ooh, presence, prescience, and perception. Okay,
Presence, prescience, and perception. Each one is valuable in their own way, and can be a key to your success in winning the dialogue. It's also known as winning their favor. Your presence is how you control your demeanor in the conversation. It's your ability to manipulate how you come across or present yourself. There are 3 traits that presence encompasses.
Ooh, charisma.
How agreeable, charming, or likable you are.
Interesting. Perceived to be likable, agreeable, negative. Charisma is repulsive. Interesting.
Ooh, reputable. Being trustworthy, honest, and respectable.
Ooh, supreme.
How powerful and strong you are. This controls if you're the dominant speaker, or the one who leads the conversation. Note the words appear to be, and how things are in air quotes. Because frankly speaking, you are neither likable, trustworthy, nor powerful.
I grab Kichi's jar and tighten my grip.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, that's, I'm sorry, did you say something?
Not at all.
I lay down the jar.
What I meant to say was this. It doesn't matter who you are, it's who you pretend to be. It's the ability to hide your true nature and present yourself as someone more convincing. How interesting. Next on the list is prescience. It's your ability to recall facts and use your reason. There are 2 traits that encompass your prescience. Knowledge. It's how much you know things or how cultured you are. If you go scouting or digging up some dirt on an interlocutor, you gain more knowledge. Intellect. Your ability to make sound judgments and use logic. These can be used if you were to dig up some old dirt on them. Well, you can't introduce it straight away. Hey, I'm here to blackmail you. Isn't all that convincing. Why not?
Why not? Wouldn't they feel threatened?
They can beat you to a pulp. With your malformed body and lack of strength. It would be too easy.
As much as I detest that idea, Ichi is right. I'm not one to use my brute force as a weapon. That's why I take it to a playing field where I stand a better chance. One involving less punches and more words.
Finally, there's your perception, which has 1 singular trait.
You mean perception?
That's it. Perception has the trait of perception. This is a ridiculous naming system.
Oh, sorry. This is a ridiculous naming system.
That's how I'm going to fit in the 3 Ps. Anyways, your perception is a crucial ability. This determines whether you can pick up on important words or body language. Important words translate into pointers, and body language translates into cues. You don't say. Indulge me for a second. First, I will explain pointers for the sake of the argument. Let it be that I said the following sentence. After walking past the shop, I arrived at home. Fairly innocuous statement, right? Let's say you had greater perception. Maybe you'd be able to notice a word. After walking past the shop, I arrived at home. Click on the word that's bolded. The shop. Word the shop is the pointer. After walking past the shop.
What shop did you walk past?
The Old Norse store of supplies and syringes. What you just clicked on was a pointer. Interesting. Essentially, you interrupted me to question me about the pointer word. In this case, it was the shop. So you asked me what shop I was walking past. You may return to the original text, aka what Kichi would have said if you didn't interrupt. But sometimes an interruption can lead to a separate train of thought. Sometimes there may be multiple pointers in a sentence, and you may be forced to pick one. So you may have to decide what should be questioned and not. After walking past the shop, I arrived at home.
And where is home for you?
Near the Melduvian River, across the banks of Bahug. Sometimes the better option may be to let the interlocutor keep talking. If you keep pressing them about words or keep interrupting them, they may get annoyed. This will close them up, and they'll reveal less information to you. You can see the state of the interlocutor by enabling interlocutor state in the menu. This state will show you a bar that's half full, half empty. If the bar goes empty, or if the interlocutor is closed, it's game over. You've pestered them too much, and they'll stop the dialogue. You can unlock keywords by opening up the interlocutor. This is done by your presence trait. So that's the pointers. Done. Next are cues. Cues are hints of the body language. Words alone don't tell the whole story. Mannerisms of a person can change everything. Let it be that I said, I saw Oralda yesterday.
Ooh, Kichi bears extended claws, reserved body language. Interesting. Can I click on that? No.
You see the eye mark next to Kichi?
Yes.
Hover over it and text will appear. You see that the body language Kichi is giving is one that is reserved. Oh, that's what that means. Okay. Meaning that it is trying to hide something. It could be that Kichi is flat out lying. Kichi is hiding some information regarding the encounter. Let's say I used a different body language instead. Repressed anger. I saw Oralda yesterday. Hover over the new eye mark again and different text will appear.
Ooh, it's shining.
Now Kichi's body language is repressed anger. You can deduce that there is a strain/tension in the relationship between Kichi and Oralda. Clearly, Kichi did not want to see them that day. Let's do it one more time. Oh, you seem happy. Visible happiness. I saw Oralda yesterday. It's bruxing its teeth. Different text. Happiness. It could mean that Kichi values Oralda to be a close companion/ally. There's a lot of information that can be picked up, not through the words, but the way the words are said. I think you got the rough idea on how cues work. So to summarize.
Yep, I'm probably just going to skip through this real quick. For every single interlocutor, I know there are multiple strategies to pursue. They use a unique combination of Kichi's 3 Ps. Ooh, sometimes you can make yourself appear as a sycophant to lower their guard. Negative supreme, positive charisma. Perhaps you can find some blackmail and bribe them. Positive knowledge. Occasionally I'll refute their ideas and convince them why they need me as their siphon. positive intellect, positive something else, but most of the time, I just go with what feels right and adjust myself to the situation.
So are we clear?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Excellent. So, when are you meeting Fernway?
When I hear their call.
Do they have some telecommunication network?
If only, but no. Their home is the chasm and usually nobody can get in. But since I've been there before, I think I can go there again. I tried getting in the chasm this moonrise and yet it worked, although I'll have to be careful not to lose myself in it. Should be easy enough. I'm used to navigating people's minds anyways. Wonder what Fernway's mind looks like. Wouldn't you like to know? You grab out your journal and some papers you have lying around. Ooh, stats. So I have intellect and charisma. I am noble, I am relatively informed, and I am an intellectual. Interesting. Ooh, my words, miscellaneous. Runway. This is where I've been journaling and storing all of my keywords. I found there are labels above to filter through the different types of keywords. Cool. Oh, alright. Menu. Your journal keeps track of everything. Your paper stats. Man, this music is a bumpin'. During the dialogues, you'll gain temporary presence stats, which indicate how you present yourself in the conversation. Once the conversation is over, all your stats earned during the conversation will be reset to quote-unquote normal. After all, presence indicates how your interlocutor perceives you. Once you're done seeing them, these stats play no role. However, you can boost your normal presence stats before the conversation, which is what you're going to do now, okay? You have three points to spend across your presence, prescience, and perception. Sure. Every stat is important in their own way and has a use, but it depends on the interlocutor and the strategy you choose. If you're unsure of what to do, it's best to equally distribute the stats. Usually you want to pair up 2-3 traits together, and it's usually 2 presence stats and 1 prescience. But this can vary. Perception is really useful for getting important keywords, but if your other stats aren't good, then perception is useless. In terms of focus, you could do 2 presence and 1 perception, 2 prescience and 1 perception, or ignore perception and do a bit of presence and prescience. Investing all of your points in one single stat is a mistake. Any strategies involving blackmail or uncovering dirty secrets will usually need supreme knowledge and occasionally intellect and negative reputable. Keep in mind, once you ask about a keyword and you go inside their mind, then you're locked down that... Oh, then you've locked down that strategy or route. Interesting. With that in mind, distribute your 3 points. No? Okay. Click on the plus. 1 point left. Reset charisma to 0. Click on the words of the statue. Hello, everyone. Sorry to interrupt the video for A Monster's Insight. When I was originally recording this episode, I realized that I had recorded a 45-minute episode, so I thought I would just take a brief moment and say that I have divided it up into a part 1 and a part 2. So I'll end this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're an indie dev, reach out. If you're feeling nostalgic about an indie title, leave the title of it in the comments down below. And come watch part 2. Thank you.